Built on the side of a former piano factory, there's been plenty of music made on the field here in the decades since it opened back in 1998. Welcome, everyone, to M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. Jake Elliott is out and ready to kick this one away. And we're off from Baltimore. Devin Duvernay to return it. And some issues to clean up in the return game as he's out deep on his own side, looking to be around the 14-yard line. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
From the 16. His first throw is an interception. And the Eagles force the turnover on the first series of this game. Wow, what an exciting start to this game, Brock. Apologies to the former QB and you. It's not an opening drive touchdown, but an interception instead.
Yeah, exciting for one side. That would be the defense. Demoralizing for the other side as an offense. First salvo, listen, it goes to the defense. And now it really sets the stage for what I love and what you love, Kate, in this game of adjustments, in the game of back and forth. Who's going to respond next?
Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later. As a corner in this league, oh, you can go to the Pro Bowl if you can cover. If you want to be an all-pro, you stick someone like that.
Looks like they will indeed try it. 4th and 2. They'll run for it with Barkley. He breaks a tackle. They only needed a couple, and that is what they got. Not the most impressive gain, but a big one as they get the first.
Not trying to do too much there. Short yardage situation. Just make sure you get to the marker and reset those chains.
Barkley. And the power play up the gun only results in 2 yards.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
They'll try again with Barkley. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Eagles parlay the interception into points. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. Point after added on by Elliott. And the Eagles will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Here's Duvernay on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. A quick slant into the hands of Downs. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains. A jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Offense up to the line fast. This is Henry on second. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. It was Reed Blankenship making the stop. Give him only a couple that time. It's going to be 3rd down. Lamar now from the gun. Into traffic, complete. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. He has it at the 13. He gets him out of the deep part of their half. This is out across the 20. This one returned for 11 yards. And the Eagles will take possession. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. On the play fake, it's Hurts. He throws a bullet deep to the right. His first throw is an interception. Picked up by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens will take over at what looks to be the 31. I don't know what to be impressed by most, Brock. How effortless he made it look to throw it that deep, or how effortless the cover man made it look to get that far down there and haul in the interception.
How about we just marvel at both of them? You call a deep pass like that again on the next play, it could go to the end zone. But this time, it is a takeaway.
This one delivered off target, Brock. That's incomplete. That was intended for Deebo Samuel. So it'll be 2nd down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
2nd and 10 now. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Seeing some early game planning at work here, Brock. They were quick to attack that throw and break it up.
Yeah, this defense knows the importance this offense places on throwing the ball to their tight ends, and they were ready for it and all over it.
Jackson now on 3rd. Quick slant to Samuel. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
1st down, here's Lamar. Complete, Derrick Henry. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Sidney Brown in on that stop. The dose of the hurry-up offense here.
2nd and 6 at the 45-yard line.
Lamar throwing again. Henry on the catch. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. They get 13 on the pickup. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore.
Report.
And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
The tackle made back at the 48-yard line.
Hey, report.
Man in motion here. We're a quarter of the way through.
At the end of the 1st quarter,
Onward.
Back at beginning of the second quarter, Ravens in possession. They have second down behind the sticks.
Headshot.
From the gun, a run for Henry. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after 2 straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over him.
Third and long for him here. Oh, he put some heat on this deep. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Nick Cross has it. And the Eagles get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season.
Oh, coaches just love that effort right there. Instantly, as he made the pick, everybody was looking for a block and doing their part to set up the return. And I know it pales in comparison to giving up the turnover, but how about the effort on the other side to track him down and stop a potential pick 6? I think everybody deserves a little credit on the field for that effort.
He's contained at the line for no gain. Chopping that play, Trenton Simpson. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Hurts looking to throw. Chased out to his right. That throw comes up short. Need a little more muscle on that one. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. So they're left facing 3rd and long. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And now they're staring at 4th and long. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that will add to their score.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
It's Deebo Samuel with the return. He takes a pop, and the ball comes out. And the fumble recovery is made. No, we just don't see kick returns nearly as often as we used to, Brock, which makes impact plays on them like that so much rarer.
Yeah, that is so well said. Kind of reminds me of my son's baseball coach, right? At a young age, you're always coaching those guys. Hey, the ball's going to come to you. The ball's going to come to you every single pitch. The ball's going to come to you. And these kickoff cover guys, they got to think in their mind every time is my chance to make a play, and they just did.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. This has been a trend, yet another interception. Picked up by Chidobe Awuzie. And he's going to go. It's a pick 6. You want to know how strong the coverage was there? Man, they even had that underneath throw locked down, Brock, and he took it the other way.
It's really, really hard to find a better rep than that one in coverage. You're so spot on. Covered it down the field. Usually a gimme to the running back. The only thing was a gimme was gimme 6.
Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. Returnable from the 1. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Hurts back to the air after the pick. Big catch made, and he got both feet in. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs, against the better defenses in this league.
From the 45 on 2nd down. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
The big play nets him 17 yards. And that's a Philadelphia first down. They give to Barkley, left side. And he carries it for a big gain that gets him down into the red zone. The rookie from Clemson in on that stop. After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. They go to Barkley again. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them first and goal.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
They're going to run with Barkley. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. This is going to go as a pickup of 4. Second and goal coming up.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game, right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
And good tackle, but a flag is down, likely against the defense. Easy call for the officials there. He was offsides at the snap, and that's going to cost him. Penalty drops him at the 1, so they've got a couple of shots left at it. It's second and goal. Barkley. And he's in. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles make it a 9-point advantage. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. Extra point up and good by Elliott. And the Eagles make it a 10-point ball game. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Samuel now to return it. They're out and set. First and 10.
Hey, Alpha, say what?
Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And the Eagles have it as he records his 7th interception of the season. Ball at the 33 for first down. Barkley on the shotgun handoff. This is ahead for about 5. Stopped by one of the league's best tacklers, Roquan Smith. Halfway there on first down. That brings up second and 5. Here's another carry for Barkley. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Chidobe Awuzie, they're on the tackle.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Less than a yard needed here on 4. Running left, this is Barkley. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Come on now. Was there any doubt who they were going to go to right there? That was always going to be a run play. No problem converting on 4th.
First and 10. Here's Hurts. Looking for it. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Timeout taken by the offense. Their second. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
All I'm hearing in my head is touchdown and check down, because it was said about a gazillion times in the NFL to me when you get in the red zone. It's not sack. Touchdown to check down. You can't.
Oh, brother, it's another interception. Roquan Smith with the pick. Well, they were thinking at least a field goal on the drive if they couldn't reach the end zone, right? But the interception keeps them from even getting 3 out of this possession.
You really hope at the end of this game you don't look back and go, shoulda, woulda, coulda. If we could have gotten some points out of that drive early, we wouldn't be in the situation we are in now.
On first down, Jackson. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
No one picks him up, and he reminded everyone in the building why that's a major mistake. The linebacker's athleticism on full display. A sack in under 2 seconds? That's a select group of players on the planet who could pull that off.
Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Baltimore. It's second. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4.
No, we changed it.
Shotgun snap to Jackson. And that is incomplete. 8 seconds left now. Couldn't find Deebo Samuel on that throw. And 4th and 4 coming up. Jordan Stout on now to punt. And he's only a handful of yards from his own goal line. He takes this in on his side of midfield. And he's brought down before the return gets far. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Returnable from the 2. And this drive will start inside the 25. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Hurts setting up to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And a nice game here, but it stopped short of the 1st. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Hurts now from the gun. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And this one does not go far.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works, but they come up just an inch or 2 short for the 1st down.
Now on 4th down, on comes Braden Mann to boot this away for the Birds. Only needed once last week in the win, and he matches that total here. Breaks the tackle, still going. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. Call that one a 44-yard punt. And the Ravens will go on offense. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32.
180.
Throwing now on 1st down, it's Jackson. And that one's unsuccessful.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. They've got a man in motion. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Oh no, they get him yet again! Sidney Brown makes the play. And the Eagles take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season. Well, no doubt they envisioned that as the start of a second-half push for the lead. But the defense, well, defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the first play of the series.
Not the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking comeback, but exactly the way to start the half if you're trying to take this lead and step on it. That's a defender who sensed the need for a splash play and delivers.
The defenders are there to get him at the line. Chidobe, Awuzie, they're on the tackle. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
Not every corner in this league can make the play he just made right there. Sure, there's pure coverage guys, not really known for their tackling, but this guy, well, he's someone who isn't afraid to stick his nose in there and make a stop.
Now they'll throw out of the gun. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. He was looking for Dallas Goedert there. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody. And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice. You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Looks like they will indeed try it. 4th and 2. On 4th down, Hurts. And it's going to be incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen. One of the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge next time the ball comes his way.
And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Azeez Ojulari getting there for the tackle. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. They'll motion him out of the backfield. From the gun, Jackson. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Complete beyond the marker. They managed 22 on the rip and a 1st down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Hey! You turned it.
1st and 10. Here's Jackson. This one's taken in by Hill. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and you get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Out of the gun, Henry. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Sidney Brown in on that stop.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Eagles with an extra man in the secondary for this 3rd down. Lamar now from the gun. And they pick him off again. Picked off by Nakobe Dean.
I don't know how many you could have next to you, Kate, that have been in this spot before, okay? I have thrown 5 interceptions in the game, and it happened to be our rivalry game back in college. It was one of the most humbling, horrific experiences of my life. Please, Coach, take this.
There he goes on the right side. He does it. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Saquon Barkley the touchdown. His third of the game on the ground. His kick is good, for the moment at least, as we've got a flag down on the field. I think they're going to get him for hitting the kicker. So they tag him for roughing the kicker. And now this kickoff's going to come from the 50. Let's see if they loft in and try to stick him deep. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Fits it through the middle. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. They give to Henry on the inside handoff. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Working quickly here. 2nd and 3. Finds him on the crossing route. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Putting a receiver in motion. 1st down, here's Lamar. And he finds him in the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens shrinking the lead some in the 3rd. Mark Andrews with the touchdown. When you reach the status that he has around the league, Brock, well, we all at this point expect him to be making plays like this when he's targeted down near the end zone.
Yeah, I think the best thing I can say about this dude is he makes it look easy a lot of the time. And this game, trust me, is never easy. It speaks to how well he plays this position.
That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. Fielded just shy of the end zone. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. A play fake now hurts to throw. Diving, it looks close. They say he caught it. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the 1st down.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
Makes a cut to the right sideline. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down. A touchdown aside in that frame. To the line we go. They're set. 1st and 10. Now Barkley. And they'll stop him after a short pickup to the 24. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. Running right, it's Barkley. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Give him about 3 yards, and now they're going to have 3rd and 5 to figure out. Hurts to throw. Caught near the goal line. Touchdown, Philadelphia. It seems like a lot of the time, Brock, even if the results aren't quite as flashy every rep, tight ends are even more reliable scorers than a lot of receivers are when it comes to the passing game.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but there's also a lot more real estate for them to work with, right? Think of the receivers. They got to deal with the sidelines, that 12th defender. Many of these tight ends, they've got a ton of field to work with, and when they prove to the quarterback they can be a difference maker, he'll look for them.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Here's Duvernay on the return. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful return. Ooh, after that play, we can tell he's hurting. He's someone they need to help their playoff hopes. Training staff working on him now. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Lamar off the play fake. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Offense in the hurry up here. Play action. Here's Jackson. Rolling left by. The ball's out. The ball's out. He lost it. And the offense recovers. They can still advance it. Offense up to the line fast. Before that play clock can reach 0, John Harbaugh signals for a timeout. May still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. Well, best of luck here. It's 4th and a considerable distance. Here's Jackson to throw. He throws a bullet to the center of the field. And that one's going to be knocked away, and that's going to force a change in possession. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. First down, a run with Barkley. And they'll get him down at the 7-yard line. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4. Barkley trying this up the gut. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line. A 4-yard pickup, and they're just inches shy as we reach 3rd down. Straight ahead, here's Barkley. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Eagles put up even more points in a win. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. His 4th total score of the game. That one splits the uprights. And the Eagles make it a 24-point ball game. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Hill now to return it. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Here's Lamar. Andrews with the catch. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. First down throw for Jackson. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why. And
it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
And he reaches midfield and starts driving into Eagles territory.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
He's got Andrews. And he's out of bounds after getting this one to the opposing 45-yard line.
You get to that money down, that third down, you look to your money players, and this tight end is capable of it. Let's give some credit to the defense right there. Did an amazing job not only sticking to him, but bringing him down before he can move the chains.
Offense looking confident, but they need 4 here on 4th down. They'll motion him out of the backfield left. He finds him beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Oh, I love 4th downs. It just brings out the very best, and you get to see how you handle the most pressure, and it turns out, well, they handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing.
Wanna quit, ready?
New set of downs for him at the 38.
Ready. Sit up.
On 1st and 10, it's Henry. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Hey, move.
Offense hurrying to the line with the clock running. Running it now out of the gun. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. Hurry up offense now as time runs down. On 1st down, Jackson. They get to him behind the line, and he loses the football. And the Eagles get to it. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover. Man, they had to be exhausted by that point, Brock, which makes it even more impressive that one of them somehow found the energy to force a fumble like that, finally get them off this field.
Yeah, it's thrilling for the defense, Kate, but, geez, it's demoralizing for an offense because you could feel it. You could feel it when you've kept that defense and ground them to a nub, and you just feel that energy being sucked out of them. And to not take advantage of it just stings that much more.
Only one play in, Brock, and this drive already to midfield. Going to the ground again on 1st. And he's going to have this one down to the 43 on a good run. It's a solid 70-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3. Handoff headed right, Barkley. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down. Give him 13 on that play. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down. So the Eagles will fly out of here with a road win. And with this being their 5th